welcome to episode 78, part 3 of Africa's premier sports video podcast, the Three Quarters Podcast. As usual, remember to jump onto the hashtag Road to Japan to support the Kenya Simbas as they're still looking to qualify for the Rugby World Cup in 2019 in Japan. I'm Jemima Duffield.
And I'm Ngara Kamuya.
So, special World Cup segment.
Football!
Not soccer?
No.
I had to.
Soccer?
So, round of 16.
Yeah.
We've only had 2 games played so far.
Yeah, as we speak.
Yes,
yeah.
as we speak.
Yeah.
Wherever you are dying. Anyway, so
Yeah.
France versus Argentina, 4-3. Man,
Yeah.
I remember like every 2 seconds, yeah! You're like, okay, what's happening?
Yeah.
Where? So 4-3 in favor of France, which means that Argentina are the first team to score at least 3 goals, but still lose in a World Cup match since USSR versus Belgium in 1986.
That's a long time ago.
Yep.
I'm a France supporter. Very many guys, we were watching it at Queen's.
Wait. Before you continue, is that because they are still the last African
That's
team?
what I was going to say. It's because guys call it the last African team. No, I've always been a France supporter. I like the way they play. And there's also that thing I would like to use, like the very many guys of African origin and who still identify with Africa. I remember in the 98 team, Lilian Thuram, Patrick Vieira, Marcel Desailly, who I've actually met, you know, who still keeps a lot
and
of
you're not bragging.
I'm not bragging, who keeps a lot of ties with his native country, Ghana. So I'm a France supporter, and we were watching that game at Queen's. 1-0 Antoine Griezmann, 1-1 Angel Di Maria, good goal, 2-1, 2-2, 3-2, 4-2. Everyone was just shouting, but it was a very good game of football. I almost said of rugby. It was a very good game of football, and it was just good to see the emotions it elicited in the guys who were watching that game. So Argentina out of the tournament, yes. France are on to the quarterfinals now.
All right.
Yeah.
So we move on to the next game, which was Uruguay versus Portugal. Uruguay winning that 2-1.
Yeah.
And this is what you know how I keep saying conversion rate, because in the second half, their winning goal, Uruguay's winning goal, actually came from their only shot at goal.
Yes.
They had only 30% possession in the second half.
Yeah.
And I mean, they won the game.
You know, Uruguay, you know, like that annoying girlfriend who you keep going back to.
No.
Annoying boyfriend in your case. Uruguay, that team everyone loves to hate, but somehow you just find yourself watching them. Everyone, I think, most of the guys were rooting for Portugal, save for Lionel Messi fans who didn't want Cristiano Ronaldo to go to the quarterfinals. But Uruguay showing the character. What I always say is very important, especially in team sport. The team with the biggest character is the one that always wins, and that's what Uruguay keeps showing year in year out. Especially in the latter years. I mean, they've always had a decent team. The Diego Forlans, the Alvaro Recobas in the 2000s. Then 2010, Diego Forlan was leaving. Luis Suarez comes in. Edison Cavani, Diego Godin. So it's those guys you love to hate, but somehow they just keep grinding the results, and that's what they did in round of 16 game against Portugal. So they're on to the quarterfinals, and they'll be taking on France. So we still have another 6 games to go. So first game will be Spain versus Russia, and most people would say, you know, probability-wise, Spain would win that game. What do you think? Like no two ways about it. Second to France, Spain is my next team.
Okay.
Primarily just because I'm an Arsenal supporter, and at some point it was a France domination in Arsenal, then a Spanish domination in Arsenal. But I also like the way Spain play. I think they'll beat Russia. Good thing is that Russia making it out of the group stages then does not dilute the hype for the tournament because the home team is still there. But they're meeting Spain, who I think are a very good team. And I think Spain will win this game, but then post quarterfinals, so I don't know if Spain are going to go unless they pick up. Now I don't see them going. But look, Spain versus Russia is going to be a good game, and I think Spain are going to go through.
All right. Next one is Croatia versus Denmark, and the majority would have it going Croatia's way.
Croatia proving to be the darling of this tournament, kind of like the '98 team, Davo Suka team that got to the semi-finals only to lose to eventual winners France. Guys are liking Luka Modric, Ivan Rakitic. guys are really liking this team. Yeah? Mario Mandzukic. So I'm feeling Croatia, and I think Croatia are going to beat Denmark and move to the quarterfinals.
All right, next one is Brazil versus Mexico. Of course, most people think Brazil will win, and I, just because it's Brazil, want Brazil to win that game. But what do you think? And where do you think they'll win it, maybe, if you think Brazil will win?
Brazil, for me, the most entertaining thing about Brazil is the way they play football. And they've been lacking that for the last 2 World Cups, 2010, 2014. And even this World Cup, I've not seen the flair with which Brazil play. And it's not entertaining at all, I won't lie to you. It's not the Brazilian way of playing football. They've become too technical. Me, I want Ronaldinho, I want Ronaldo, I want the flashy Denilsons.
Footwork.
Yeah, and they can do that. Neymar can do that. All these guys can do that, but they've become a bit too technical. But look, it's crunch time. Mexico looking good. Chicharito, Javi Hernandez leading the Mexican line. I wouldn't write Mexico off because Mexico actually did beat Germany, who were the defending champions. But I think this one is going to go to penalties. It's going to be a draw. It's going to go to penalties. And when it goes to penalties, I just think Brazil are going to sneak in.
So now, next game is Belgium versus Japan. And a lot of people would say Belgium have this one. But what do you think?
Belgium have this one.
No two ways about it.
No two ways about it. Belgium have this one. Belgium are too strong. Romelu Lukaku, Eden Hazard, Vincent Kompany, Jan Vertonghen, Kevin De Bruyne. This is their golden generation. And coached by Roberto Martinez and of course deputized by Thierry Henry. Belgium are just too good. And I think they're going to beat Japan.
Well, next game is one that people are actually a little like, I'm not sure. It's a little bit of a seesaw type thing where guys are not sure who would win. Sweden, Switzerland. Sweden, just because of the character of the team. Switzerland have been a bit more freakish. The game where Granit Xhaka got the equalizer and Shaqiri scored. Sweden have been, Switzerland have been more freakish, but Sweden have been consistent. They've been, what's the word I'm looking for? It's basically do that character thing I was talking about in Croatia. Second to Croatia, actually, I think in this round of 16, Sweden are the guys who have the character to take them beyond. So I think Sweden are going to beat Switzerland. All right, and the last one is Colombia versus England. I, of course, will support England with the masses. I don't know if you're with us.
England are going. I don't like England per se, but England are going to beat Colombia. They're too tough. And they're playing some very attractive football, which is unlike England, but they're playing some very attractive football. And I think on the day they'll be able to deliver, and they're going to beat Colombia.
So the only quarterfinal that we know of at the moment is Uruguay versus France. Who do you think would win that, and where, basically?
France.
I knew we were going to say that.
No, I think France have a very classy outfit. And our grounded man in Didier Deschamps as the head coach. Didier Deschamps understands crunch time. He understands what it means to win such games, having been the captain of the team that won the World Cup in 1998. So he understands this, and I think he'll be able to pass that over to his players. And then he just has a talented squad. He has a very talented squad led by Antoine Griezmann and Paul Pogba. So I think they're just going to be too strong for Uruguay, and they're going to win the quarterfinals. What do I predict in my other quarterfinals? Spain versus Croatia, Brazil versus Belgium, and Sweden versus England.
I think I'm definitely going to watch those. I mean, it's getting to that point where, you can't really miss any match. You want to watch all of them. So I'm definitely going to be in for those.
It's a World Cup, man. It's going to be interesting.
So we move on to our bonus segment now, where it's your top 3 most memorable World Cup moments. Now I went with like scandal, because that's just exciting. So my first one is on the 25th of June 2006.
25th of June 2006.
And that is Battle of Nuremberg.
Germany versus who?
That was actually Portugal versus Netherlands.
Sorry, it was in Nuremberg. Yes, Portugal versus Netherlands.
So this game was something else. Russian ref Valentin, I don't know if it's Ivanov or Ivanov, but that guy. So 4 red cards, 16 yellows in one game. That was like a new record basically for the red cards shown at any FIFA administered international tournament. Now that was just something else. My second one is 2002 World Cup round of 16, Mexico versus USA. DeMarcus Beasley. Doing what a lot of guys do best. Like he's warming up, up, he goes into the bench, substitutes bench, and just decides to take a piss. As in who?
Yeah, I remember.
Yes. So there
I remember
was
that.
And then the next one is 2006, back to 2006. That was Berlin, July 9th.
I know which one that is, but anyway.
France, Italy.
Yeah.
Extra time.
Yeah.
Zidane.
Yeah.
I mean,
who doesn't?
Headbutt.
Yes.
Who doesn't know that?
Yeah.
Who does not know that?
Yeah.
We won't even talk about why it happened.
Yeah.
But he headbutted Marco Materazzi, and wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
What a powerful headbutt.
Yep.
It's funny actually. Out of the three, two are similar. Number 3 for me, Portugal versus Netherlands. I remember watching that game. 16 yellow cards, 4 red cards. I remember the red card that sticks in my head a lot. Oh, Deco for Portugal and Giovanni Van Bronckhorst for Netherlands, and they were both played at Barcelona. So I remember like when they'd been carded, they were sat outside and they're just talking, and you're just the cameraman is zooming in on them and they're just talking. Yeah, but that was a very violent game. Portugal ended up winning. Netherlands had a very talented team. Ruud van Nistelrooy. That was a team that was led by Ruud van Nistelrooy. Portugal, of course, had Luis Figo as their captain, so it was a very talented Portugal team. They ended up going to the semi-final. So yes, Battle of Nuremberg. I'd actually forgotten that's what it was called. Battle of Nuremberg, primarily because the game was played in Nuremberg. My second one has to be 1998 final. So team sheet comes out before the final, and Ronaldo Luis Nazario de Lima, original Ronaldo. His name is not on the list. So everyone, the media is off. Ronaldo's not playing, blah blah blah. And then a few minutes later, fresh team sheets come out. And then now Ronaldo is on the team list. So there were a lot of rumors going on. The story came out later on. Of course, Ronaldo convulsed and he had to be rushed to hospital. And Edmundo, who was sharing a room with him, actually said that he thought the guy was dying. Yeah. So that one was it was a very good moment. Not good, but it was a moment that has stuck with me. And Ronaldo came out. He didn't have a stellar performance despite being the man of the tournament. Zinedine Zidane went on to score 2 goals in that finals and give France the first one. My first one, just like yours, 2006, July 9th, Berlin. Finals, France versus Italy. Zinedine Zidane's last game. A player who I consider to be the greatest player I've watched. He scores a penalty, very cheeky penalty in the finals. Camp Nou. Marco Materazzi equalizes. And then the game goes to extra time. And Zidane is jogging past Marco Materazzi, and then he just turns and a headbutt. And he knew that it was a red card. Funny thing about that story is that while people were upset because everyone thinks that had Zinedine Zidane finished the game, France would have won. While everyone was upset about what happened, it's so easy how the next day everyone accepted what Zidane did. That's how much of a great player he was. And I remember when they went back to France, and the French president Jacques Chirac, then at that time, welcomed them to Champs-Élysées, and everyone, the whole country forgave Zinedine Zidane. He came out and said what Marco Materazzi said. Marco Materazzi abused his mother, and Zidane just couldn't take it. His mother and his sister, words that I cannot repeat here. And Zinedine Zidane just couldn't take it. So that's my greatest moment.
Now before we wrap up, I know the one that we didn't watch it, but the one that no one will forget is 86, Hand of God. That's it. And that's all I have to say.
Diego Maradona, Argentina versus England.
So guys, let us know what you think. Let us know what your most memorable moments were from World Cups. Do this by finding us on social media.
That's true.
That is by following us on Instagram, liking our page on Facebook, and subscribing to our YouTube channel. I'm Janine Duffield.
And I'm Nora Kamuya.
See you next week for episode 79.
Jesus, 79.